Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a BtArtbox Nail tutorial, just showing you guys a really easy way to get a fabulous set of nails at home. I absolutely love these when I'm not in the mood for doing a full acrylic set or a full builder gel set of nails, but I'm still wanting my nails to look long and glam, especially as we head into Christmas. So this set does also include some Christmas stamping as well. Now before I go in and apply the BtArtbox nails, I'm going to prep the nails. So I'm using my K&S cuticle tools from Kiki London to do this. The first one is their Helsinki cuticle tool, and this has a straight edge and a angled edge, which I really love. This is my favorite tool from the collection because it really scrapes off any of that excess dry cuticle, and I get quite a lot of that around the edges, around the sidewalls of my nails, especially as we go into the colder months. Then I'm also using their Sophia cuticle tool to push back all of that living tissue that you're not removing from the nail, but you want it off and away from that natural nail plate so that you can expose as much of that nail plate as possible and get a really close application of your tips without it touching any of that cuticle area. I'm then very gently going to lightly etch the nail plate using my e-file. Now you could also do this with a hand file, which is what I would recommend if you are doing your nails at home. I did it with my e-file today just because it was there to hand, and it's been a little while since I've used my e-file, so I thought I'd give it a go. But I'm very gently going over the surface with a sanding band, and I have this on a really low speed. It's on around a 3 or a 4. You're literally wanting to remove the shine from the nail. You're not wanting to buff or file into it. And then we have the BtArtbox French tips. Now I can't remember the name of this collection, so I will leave it linked in the description box below, but it's basically their French collection but in beautiful brown and neutral tones to the tips rather than the classic white French tips. I really love these, and I think they just look a little bit different than your classic white French, especially as we're in a more autumn warm toned season. I felt as though it'd be good to use these rather than a white tip. So I'm starting off, I'm just going to size up what nail tip I'm going to use and then remove it from the pack. And then I'm going to start off by taking the BtArtbox primer, and I'm going to apply this to both my natural nail and the back of the tip. I found this little hack just really helps keep these nails on for ages. I do these a lot on my teenage daughter, and she gets a good 3-4 weeks wear out of them, and they're literally growing or hanging off where they've grown out before she can get away with changing them. So they last really well, and I feel as though this little tip helps. Now I also am going to come in and apply a layer of base coat. This is completely optional. The tips do say that a base coat is not necessary. I have quite weak damaged nails. I'm a bit hard on my nails. Doing nails for content means I'm constantly taking them on and off, so I go through a lot of acetone, and also I'm terrible at picking and peeling them off as well when I'm being impatient. So I do have a little bit of damage, so by coming in and adding on a layer of base coat, I feel as though it's just giving my nails a little bit of extra strength before we come in and apply those tips. Then I'm going to use my Melody Susie lamp today to flash cure these on, but then I do always full cure them in my main LED lamp. To apply the BtArtbox tips, I absolutely love this gel. This is also from BtArtbox, and this is their solid glue gel. They do have a few different gels available that you can use to apply your tips, but this is my favorite. I was struggling to get it out. This is a new tube and I hadn't fully opened it properly, so it had a really tiny hole, so I had to go and snip it a little bit more just so a little bit more gel would come out. Usually it's a lot easier to get out of the tube. Now it is a thicker consistency product, but I love this because it really grabs on before you even have to put it into cure. So as you can see, I've placed it on here and that tip is not sliding around or moving about or anything. I'm able to still move it if I need to nudge closer to the cuticle or if it's a little bit out of place or wonky, but it holds on without pinging off because it's a thicker consistency. Now I did apply a little bit too much, so before curing, as you can see, I'm getting that nail in place. I'm checking that the gel has gone right up to the free edge of the nail, and then any excess gel that seeps out I'm cleaning off with my nail art brush and a little bit of alcohol. I did then hold it under the Melody Susie light to flash cure in place, and then I popped it in my main lamp to cure for a full 60 seconds, and this has stuck down really well. Now they do also have a builder gel that you apply over the top of your tips and a top coat, but I'm going to come in and do my stamping first and then do those steps. So I'm taking the beautiful Christmas plate from Miss Lucy UK. I love this plate because it has some teeny tiny images on there which I thought would look really cute with these French tips. So I'm going to give that a good clean with some acetone just to remove any dust or old polish that might be on the plate. You really want to make sure that your stamping plate is super clean before you go in and apply your stamping polish. For stamping polish, I'm using these 3 colours from the Yearning series from Born Pretty. I actually got these on Amazon, but I don't know if they're still available. I'll double check, and if they are, I will leave them linked below. But there was a set of around 20 stamping polishes for, I think it was around £20, £18, something like that. I got them last year and it was a really good price. So as you can see, we're just going to stamp these super cute little images down onto the nail. I wanted a couple of the gingerbread men and then a candy cane and a peppermint as well, but I wanted to keep them in these brown orangey tones. So although it's a nod towards Christmas, it's not too in your face Christmas. It still has a little bit of an autumn look to it. So as you can see, I'm applying my stamping polish to the plate. I scrape 90% of the time towards me, or just scraping off that excess, and then a quick flick of the wrist with my roller that picks up your image, and then you're able to place it down on the nail. I do have lots of more in-depth stamping tutorials up on my channel, and I will try and get more done. Time is of the essence lately. I always just seem to have other stuff going on, so I never get time to upload to my own channel as much as I would like. But if you do have any requests, please do pop them in the comments below. So here we're going to do another image. As you can see, generous amount of stamping polish. I always like to use a generous amount, scraping off that excess, and I do a couple of scrapes when I'm using these teeny tiny images, just because you want to make sure you've really filled the image on the stamping plate so that you get a nice clean crisp stamp. Once, you need to be quite quick with your stamping polish when you're putting it on the plate. So you want to be quite quick applying that stamping polish, scraping off the excess. Make sure you've got your stamper to hand so you can go straight in and pick the image up. Now once you have picked the image up on your stamper, you don't have to rush so much, I find. So as you can see here though, one of the things I do always do whilst it's on my stamper is remove anything I don't want to place down on the nail. So all those excess little pieces of images that you pick up, I'm removing them using my lint roller, and then I'm just looking through my stamper, lining up where I want that image to go and pressing it down. And I just wanted a little mix of those gingerbread men and candy canes scattering around the top of that French tip, just because I thought it looked quite cute. You could pop 1 or 2 down at the cuticle, which I think would work really well as well. Now one of the things I love about the BtArtbox gel system is that it comes with the reinforced gel. So they recommend that you come over the top with either I think they're both the same, but they have one bottle that's called the reinforced gel and one bottle that's called builder gel, and I believe they're the same, but it's a 2-step kit usually where you get one of those and your top coat. So you'll come in and apply either the reinforced coat or the builder gel coat, which is what I'm doing here. You'll apply this over the top, either directly over the top of the nail once you've applied your tip, or do your nail art like I have and then come in and add this layer. I like to do my nail art underneath because then it's fully sealed in, everything's encapsulated, so you're not going to have any unevenness. Because the builder gel layer is that little bit thicker, you get a super smooth finish, and this really does reinforce and strengthen the tips, and I find it makes me feel like I'm wearing more of a sculpted gel set of nails than press-on nail tips. They feel so different to regular press-on nails once you've come in and applied the builder gel to them. Now the tips themselves are quite thin, which I think is great because we don't want thick bulky nails. However, they do have a really nice apex built into them as well, so again they give off that look of a sculpted set of nails or a tipped gel set of nails. A lot of the time when I'm wearing these, if anyone asks, oh, I love how you did your nails, and I say that they're gel tips, they're like, wow, because the apex really does make them look as though they've been built up. Now, once you have finished applying your layer of builder gel, you do still need to come in and top coat. The BtArtbox top coat is a no wipe top coat, so once you've applied that, your nails are finished effectively, and this gives off a really beautiful high shine as well. I'm then going to go in with my Kiki London cuticle oil and apply a small drop of this. I did have to do the rest of my nails off camera. I just had a small amount of time to do a quick demo for you guys, so I thought I would get some content up on my channel. I do really hope you've all enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I will happily get back to you if you have any questions on BtArtbox or stamping. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do consider hitting that subscription button, and I shall see you all again in the next one. Lots of love, take care, bye bye.